Welcome to Heat Check. We're going to look at the top 10 highest selling vintage denim items over the last 2 weeks on eBay. This video is sponsored by WeBuyOldJeans.com. All right, coming in at number 10, we have this pair of Levi's 501s from the 1960s, apparently. This is the S-type V-stitch, so yeah, definitely 1960s. Let's take a look at this pair. There's a front page. There we have the backside, looking good, beautiful dark blue indigo. Got lots of life left in this pair of jeans right here. You can see if they give us a close up of the. Yeah, there's the V stitch, and there is looks like a 6. They're gonna show us there's a selvage. They're not gonna show us. I would have if you're gonna mark. I mean, this is not the best. It's a little hard to see. You can see there's a little S over the 501. This was a. We've talked about it many times before, but this is a remnant of like a short-lived practice in the Levi's production world, where there would be an S or an A, or there's maybe an F or something like that. I can't remember what the other one was above the model, the lot number. Some people we believe this is like a grading system, but there's still a mystery about it. But anyway, a beautiful pair of jeans, size 33 by 29. This pair sold for $1,400. Next up, we have Nike. Nike does not normally make the denim heat check list. This is super cool. We have the Seinfeld Nike denim jacket. This is like a cast and crew jacket. I would have loved to see if there's something on the back, but I guess there's not. You don't see this. You don't see Nike on denim a lot. I would be kind of curious to see. Like this is obviously an OEM of some sort. So Nike just put their stuff on it. I don't think Nike. I mean, this looks very much like very much like a Levi's jacket. It does look a little bit, a little bit. Maybe wider. The pockets, I don't necessarily know, are quite the same. But you definitely have a very Levi's inspired denim jacket here. Pretty cool. This was a must-have. Let's see. Yeah, they don't say where it came from. Anyway, this one is cool. Definitely a cool thing to find on this denim heat check. This one sold for $1,500. Now, next up, we have a Levi's Type 2. We see these all the time. This one's pretty cool. Got a little bit of wear, but generally speaking, in pretty good condition. That back looks pretty clean. Interior looks great. We do see this a lot. So we're not going to spend too much time, but let's take a look at some of the details. There's a few little damages. A little bit of this neck crease that often gets worn out right there. But this is also sort of water under the bridge because you've got a really nice jacket. Looks like a lot of those pleats are still intact. They didn't need to let it out. But this one's dope. This one sold for $1,600. Then next up we have some denim that's not technically vintage. This is from the Levi's Vintage Clothing, basically their reproduction line. But this is a Bing Crosby remake tuxedo, 56 out of 200. Normally we would leave the vintage repros off, but in this case I thought it was super cool. These do not come up all the time. Obviously there's only 200 of these made. If you didn't know, Levi's made a tuxedo jacket for Bing Crosby pretty famously, and this is a reproduction of that. You can see down here this would have been that was actually very similar to the tag inside, or actually I think it is basically a perfect reproduction of the tag inside of the original. And there's that numbering. I have not seen, and I'm not. Oh, look at that! That is super cool. I forgot about this. They made a little flower lapel out of Levi tabs. This is so cool. Levi tabs and rivets. So super cool. Definitely an interesting piece. Obviously limited to just 200 pieces, so you're just not gonna be able to come across these very often. So it makes sense that it did sell for $1,700. So if you think you have a pair of jeans that might end up on this list, we recommend you check out WeBuyOldJeans.com. These guys are the best in the business. They can give you appraisals, they can help you with research, or they can make an offer
on your jeans. They offer reasonable prices and great customer service. So we highly recommend our friends over at WeBuyOldJeans.com.
Then back to the 501s, we have some 1960s Big E Salvage 60s denim jeans. Let's take a look. These are looking great, super dark, beautiful, beautiful jeans right here. All the things off the offset band loop. We have, let's take a look on the inside. Do they show us a V-stitch? Yep, a V-stitch. Yep. Then we have hidden rivets as well. So yeah, beautiful pair right here. Size 28, a little bit on the small side. Either way, these are excellent. This is based on my research, most likely from the late 60s. You're pretty much on there. So excellent, awesome. This one sold for $2,000. All right, next up, we have a 1960s 501 Red Line Salvage, and move over, lady. We're here for the denim. Another similar era pair of jeans, not as in good condition, but maybe a better size here. There's the A. So this does have the A over the 501. So pretty rare piece here. Let's take a look. The 34 by 34 is the actual size. There's that V stitch and a 6. Yeah, so this is pretty dope. It does have some issues, but not too bad. After 25 bids, this one sold for $2,000. Then we have a 1950s Wrangler 111JM. This is a very rare jacket right here indeed. Wrangler doesn't always make the top 10 list, so it's really cool to see them on this list. But this one is, wow, incredible. Obviously rare, but check out this paint job on here. Everywhere but the back. The back didn't get quite as much. I guess somebody decided that they were going to do some painting in this jacket. I have no idea why they would do that. Let's see. This is not like, it wasn't owned by like Jackson Pollock, was it? I don't think so. Anyway, this is a very rare jacket, obviously. Size 40. Absolutely gorgeous. There's that selvage on the inside. Beautiful, beautiful Wrangler jacket. I don't think we've seen any of this particular model, at least in a long, long time, on this list. And I actually believe I saw on Instagram the person who purchased this, or I think. And so super cool for sure. They paid, I believe it is, $3,000. $3,000 for this jacket. Incredible, beautiful. Love to see it. Then we have a 1950s Levi's vintage advertising banner, 9 foot by 2 foot wide. We do see these occasionally pop up here and there, but this one looks absolutely gorgeous. Looks like, I mean, almost too good to be true, to be honest. These didn't get a whole lot of wear generally because they were just hanging up, but a lot of times if they were like, near a window and they got some sun fading and stuff, maybe that's what you kind of see over here on the left side. But absolutely gorgeous. Definitely would love to own one of these one day. But they are somewhat hard to find. This one sold for $3,200. Then at number 2, we have the Big E 501 XX 1950s. Has a leather patch. I'm going to suggest at least a little bit of suspicion on this particular listing. According to my tools and resources, it does appear that it was paid. But anytime you have a seller with zero feedback, there's always a question. And this is coming out of Romania. So not that these jeans could not have gotten to Romania, but obviously it's a little bit less likely than being in America. And so I would be a little bit suspicious about this, but it did sell according to the most reliable system that I can use. So I'll have to go ahead and say that it did go through, but let's hope they actually end up making it to the buyer. Because these did sold only after one bid for $4,000. Then at number 1, we have another 501 XX. Red Line Salvage, but these are absolute dead stock. They do not have their flashers and stuff, but that's fine. These are absolutely gorgeous. Look at there are the staples still. Flasher comes off, which is not uncommon. Staples still on. 501, made in USA, 33 by 32. Let's see some of the other details. We have a 16 or an 18. Not hidden rivets. They are V-stitched, so we're looking at late 60s, early 70s, or late 60s at least. But absolute gorgeous pair of jeans right here. They don't get much fresher than this. So congratulations to Two Better Things for taking the number 1 spot, and whoever got the opportunity to buy these. After 2 bids, these sold for $4,284 for the number 1 spot on this week's Heat Check.